Dangote hiked fuel price due to Iran war. Yes, Dangote refinery purchases crude from Nigeria. Adeyanju, it doesn't purchase all its crude from Nigeria. We all know. Adeyanju, don't think that Nigerians are fools. We know what's going on with this crude oil thing. We know the amount of shege that they are showing Dangote, trying to frustrate his business in this country. So most of his crude oil is being imported because they are not allowing him to really get crude oil in Nigeria. That is why the price has gone up. So stop lying. Not all of us don't know what's going on in Nigeria. And telling us that he hiked fuel. We know that wars, whenever there is war in other parts of the country, it affects everybody. It affects the oil price. It affects things. So don't come and tell us that, oh, he purchases crude from Nigeria. We know that he doesn't really purchase his crude from Nigeria. He has to import them because Nigerians are frustrating him. The people there in the oil and gas industry are frustrating him. So don't tell us that, I beg. The latest fuel price shock has Nigerian fuming, and human rights activist Adeyanju is not holding back. Make you not hold back. Everything, blame the government. Leave the Dangote alone. Speaking of Wednesday, March 4, 2026, Adeyanju accused billionaire Aliko Dangote of profiting from international chaos while ordinary Nigerians struggle. Well, that is how it has always been. Whenever there is a fight in the Middle East, anywhere, it affects the economy. We know that one. So stop, don't drag. We want to drag Aliko Dangote. He will not even reply you. According to Adeyanju, the Dangote refinery recently raised pump prices by more than 100%, blaming the Iran war and global tension. But we know now that when there is war, this happens. So why are you acting like you are new to it? He's blaming the Iran war and global tension, but here's the kicker: the refinery purchases its crude oil domestically from Nigeria, and most of the fuel being sold now was refined before the Gulf crisis escalated. This amounts to unprecedented wickedness, Adeyanju said. Why should Nigerians pay more for products already in storage before the crisis? Storage where? The Dangote refinery appears to be profiting from the misfortune of war and the essence of already impoverished citizens. Don't mind them. Adeyanju also warned that limited competition in Nigeria's petroleum sector allows such price hikes without checks, leaving consumers to bear the brunt while businesses rake in profits. It described Dangote's action as a troubling example of monopoly power dominating the downstream oil market. I beg, monopoly power. I beg, monopoly where? Francis Akombi says, do you know how much is buying the crude? And with the rise of the price of crude in Nigeria, you think NNPCL is still selling at the old rates? Don't mind them. Again, we all read that Dangote is getting his major supply of crude outside the country. Have you had to investigate all of this before you make your conclusions? Don't mind them. Obiefune says Dangote is among the most wicked man in Nigeria. He's not wicked. It is what he has that he's going to work with. AK says Dangote has never pretended to be a charity nor government-owned subsidized entity. He is here for business. Do you get? He's here for business. It is here for business. The earlier we know that, the better. We need to make our refinery work or enable other local competitors to checkmate potential monopoly where there is any. Julia Falabi says it was under the APC regime that you have increment of 100% and above. Dangote is not the only rich man in Nigeria, okay? Let anyone that feels more patriotic than Dangote have established a refinery and sell the product and give them prices. Dangote is doing what government over the years have not been able to do despite billions of dollar expenditure. Julia Falabi says this is an ignorant post attracting ignorant comments. First, Dangote did not hike fuel price by 100%. He increased fuel price by 100 naira, not up to 15%. Dangote does not source fully from Nigeria. It is only a fraction of the crude that the refinery gets from Nigeria. If the crude from Nigeria is sold at the refinery at the international market price, its crude price now affects the price of the product. For years, we have been under the shackles of government supply through NNPC. At Muhyiddin says, I think Dangote refinery is buying its crude from Russia and America. Yes, it's not buying it from Nigeria. He mentioned that as part of injustice in NNPC and local oil chiefs are doing to his company. Yes, they are practically frustrating his company over there. You need to verify information before concluding. Okay, Bako says, go and build your own refinery. Very funny. You should go and build his own refinery. Ben Wilfred says, somebody said we are not after Nigerian money because we are already wealthy. Now, these same people wasted, borrowed, looted, stealing, and finished Nigeria. Likewise, Dangote. If mistakenly take this man to be president of Nigeria, it's worse than Tinubu twice. The spirit of unsatisfactory from mind for money live in their bloodstream. Ask them. If I says, why calling only Dangote when NNPC increase theirs? Don't mind them. Adeyanju knows what he's doing now. He knows exactly what he's doing. He will call himself a lawyer, but he cannot reason. Cannot think critically. Isofo says they count on every opportunity at the detriment of commoners. When are they going to have a rethink? God is patiently watching. Bros Sebastian says it is now very glaring that Dangote is a very selfish and wicked businessman. How? Tell us how. He's not buying all his food locally, but was quick to increase fuel price. I don't beg. I don't even want to shout. Susan says that man is evil underground. What was evil underground? Chukwudi says he's a wicked businessman that does not send any bagger. Why should he send you? The man is doing his business now. You want him to be dashing people for it because, won't he pay salaries? He will pay salaries now. If you reach your turn, you don't increase the price of oil. So Kile says, is this man normal at all? How did Dangote increase fuel price by 100%? It is 100 naira increase and not 100%. Blame that on the people that did this right up now. Why they call Dangote? Emeka Isoshit says, this joke of a country, everything goes. Adeyanju says, we don't trust anyone again. Okay. Francis says, fact, the riches of Dangote is gotten to his head. No be small thing. Doesn't really care about Nigerians. It is how to make more, to be the richest man on earth. Of course, an impossibility, so he should Paulo behave first like the African man he is. Humanity is our culture. Okay, Ken says, naturally, it's going to get more high. Iran is also a major distributor. Excess demand, that's what's happening. Okay, my listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.